Time, guys. It's time for the CORNYTHON. We're ready. We got our sweatbands. We got our headbands. We're ready. It's time for the CORNYTHON. Here we got. It's time. We don't sweat it out. That's short. Not that long. All right. Guys. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7 o'clock, sometimes 7:10. You're not going to believe it. My plan was to have me sit alongside Cory, like people are doing the YouTube. We got the sport. We're ready for sports, guys. Look, let's get it evened up here. We're ready for sports. Sports, look at the T. Look, I mean, we're doing sports. Just look at Cory back there. Look. Looking good. Looking thick. Cory looking thick. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7:10. Yeah, we're gonna we're going live. We're gonna be looking at listening to some Cory Booker tonight. And yeah, man, that's it. I mean, look, it's Friday. And if you're here spending it with me, I appreciate it. Touching my face like I'm not some goddamn what's that guy's name? The gay comedian, black gay comedian, touches his face all the time. And his chest. Touches his chest. I can't remember his name, but I'm not that guy. Can't think of his name. I should Google him, right? I mean, we're gonna talk about him. Uh-oh. Hit me. Hold on. Uh-oh. We're locked. The sounds are locked. Oh.
What? You know, let's check.
Google time. It's Google time. What is it?
I mean, when you want things to work out, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Comedian, gay, black.
What? You know, let's check. What's
Google time.
What's his name? There's a show where you watch me Google stuff. I gotta get this guy's name. I made the joke. I gotta see who. Gay, black. Carmichael. I'm touching my face like Carmichael. Is that right? Oh, God. Now I have a list of so many other gay comedians that I didn't know were gay. Look at this. You learn something new every day. Gerard Carmichael. I already knew Jabuki was gay, but Gerard Carmichael is his name. Welcome to the CORNYTHON 2025. I should have put 1985. And I should have named it CORNYTHON. I didn't think of that till after. It's too late. I'm going to put that I'm live on Instagram, and we're going to probably just start getting into it because we don't have all night. And you know it's a long one. Not me. I'm just saying, Cory, he decided to make it a long one. He did a whole interview after his interview, like a sports player. I'm gonna be honest with you. I fasted, and did what I had to do, and I didn't have that. I didn't have that either. I do have some other things, though. I do have some other things. But I didn't get that interview because that was that man's interview, you know? But tonight, we're talking about Cory. Cory Booker. Oh, boy. What I'm going to do is, probably before I even start this, we're going to figure it out. And I have a new segment.
It's time for the CORNYTHON. It's time for the CORNYTHON. It's time for
we got a new segment.
CORNYTHON.
It's time for the
CORNYTHON.
It's time for
It's kind of like, because this was supposed to be like this was supposed to be like an X gonna give it to you, but because it's Friday, we're supposed to just be kicking it, not a big script, not getting crazy, just kicking it with you. So it was gonna be a live at X gonna give it to you. But what we're gonna do is it's a new segment where I do read certain things from X, but it's more of a check-in. And we're gonna call this one off the top. We're gonna call this one, "Hey, are you good?"
Oh, you good? You good? Oh, you good? You good?
Live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going
you good?
live at 6
You
o'clock.
good?
X65. Ooh, that's it.
So Kanye is back on X, and he is pissed again. He's pissed again. He did an interview with someone from academics, and he was a black guy for once, thank God. But you know, he's dressed in his new attire. You guys know how he's been doing it. Can't play too much of that, but you know how he dressed. He's doing that shit now. You know, he got the hood on. So during this interview, he's like straight up, "Hey man, I'm fuck the Kardashians. They're sex traffickers." There's gonna be a lot of that when I'm watching Cory. Facial expressions, a lot of that, a lot of stuff like I might be doing some of those. Like, what is this guy talking about? No, but he said that, and that's wild. That's a wild accusation. That's a wild accusation. So I'm asking Kanye.
Oh, you good? You good?
Because you can't be slinging stuff like that. You see what's going on with Drake and UMG? He won the case. He won the case. He did it. Canada gets a point. What are you gonna do? They sided with Canada. You can't go around calling people pedophiles at the Super Bowl. I guess not. I guess you can't do it. But this is the only country that would side with the actual person who has footage of him hitting on 17-year-olds when he was in his upper 20s and 30 years, when he was 30 years old. It wasn't a lie. It was a fabricated truth. Truth, though. It wasn't a lie. It was a fabricated truth. Well, this one goes to the dogs. So yeah, Kanye says that the Kardashians are sex traffickers. He's put that on X. He's not taking it down. He's not taking it back. I listened to the new single World War III. You can listen to it on X. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it. And it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that I don't like a Kanye West song. I've liked every single thing he's ever put out. But I'm going to be honest with you. This new Nazi thing, not that, because I'm basically going to be bashing Cory because of his serious Jewish connection that he has. He has a serious Jewish connection. As you can see in the reel, he is part of a Purim celebration where he is dancing with his fellow Purim brothers and sisters. Is it even? Let me get this right. Is it even? All right, good. We got it. His Purim brothers and sisters lapping up, having the time of his life. Tiffany Haddish style, black Jew all the way. He's a black Jew. He's a certified black Jew. He didn't tell us that. I watched a 7-part documentary about this nigga a long time ago. It was on IFC. Just the story of Booker. He was like, fucking had a punching bag in his crib. He just seemed like a honest person. But I can't say he's a liar, but I will say he fabricates his version of the truth. All right. Also, the interviewer asked him, "Hey man, what do you think about what Jay-Z and Beyonce feel about you?" And he was like, "Hey man,
Jay-Z, fuck him."
What do you say? He said, "What do you say?"
You know, but you offended Jay-Z. Fuck him.
So that's how he's doing it like this. He's going all the way there. He's not taking it back. He's not taking it back. So you won't be seeing any features anytime soon. And he's definitely not invited to the baby shower. I mean, the Sweet 16. How old is Blue now? 16 yet? Drake would know. All right. That's a good joke. We don't have all night. That was just, again, there's a lot of stuff happening on X that I would love to run through. I'm picking one story at a time, given the topic. Today's topic is connected because Kanye West doesn't like the Jews and Cory Booker is a Jew. So that's the connection for tonight for the new segment called everybody's favorite. The world is saying it.
You good? You good? You good? You good?
So that was it. That was you good. It's quick. It's not like a thing. I read a thing. I let you know, just in case you didn't know. Now you know. All right.
What are we talking?
It's too loud.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the CORNYTHON, ladies and gentlemen, where we will be viewing the first half. I'm not going to be. I know what he did. I know his plan. His plan was to. The nigga said he ate a banana and he drank some water and he made it happen. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'm gonna have a glass of wine.
It's time for the CORNYTHON.
And try to listen to what he's got to say without interrupting him and try to get through the first 6 hours. I'm gonna skim. It's an 11-hour video. I'm gonna skim through 6 hours of the 11 because I'm not doing all that. And then we'll just discuss it. Here's the CORNYTHON, y'all. Here's the CORNYTHON. All right. Just check the chat. Empty. Okay. Standard. It's Friday. You don't have good plans. You got things to do. But tonight we're doing CORNYTHON. Looking like a frozen. All right. Just gonna put that I'm live now and I'm starting on Instagram and we'll be on our way. Shout outs to everyone who hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you got paid. And speaking of getting paid, if you like what you hear so far,
I wish a nigga would like, subscribe, and share.
Speaking of getting paid, right?
The storm had wrecked the street.
Just putting live now. That's it. And we're back to it. So yeah, that was
You know what's funny?
You good?
that was you good. That's a new show we're trying out where I'm just checking in one segment, checking to see if the person is good. We could go back and forth for a little bit about it, and then I'm going on my way. It's not a gossip show. It's just checking to see if Kanye is good. Doesn't seem good. Speaking of not doing good, Cory Booker, man, he is upset. He says enough is enough. This was a protest for him. This was a protest where he decided to. He said, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the opposite of my man. What's his name? What's his brother's name? Brother, this white guy." I'm trying to think of the guy who he also beat the record. It was a white supremacist who did the same record, but again, they both cheated. They sat, they drank water. You're not supposed to do any of that stuff. I mean, in order to hold the record, but whatever. But you know, Reddit's having a ball with this. They called it civic gospel gossip. Cause like it's kind of like it started off as if he was doing it on his own, but he wasn't. It was to break the white supremacist guy's record, and also to piss off Trump and whatever his plans were that night were to not. Well, no plans actually. It was to just do that, but yeah. What's this white guy's name? All right, so it was a white supremacist guy. It's not important, but he also did the thing where he talked with him, and they're comparing the two, and I don't understand that because they're very different leaders. One guy, the racist guy, just read the phone book, just read names out of the phone book, just read racial shit for like almost 24 hours for some sort of racial speech that white people attended. And yeah, didn't get much across. They're totally different ideals, clearly. But again, I'm not sure what Cory Booker wants and what he's what's his plans are. He always tends to circle around anytime you mention anything that happened with black people. As you can see in the reel, he literally gave Joe Biden the black honorary. He called him an honorary black man. So that's coming. They call him Jim Crow Joe. So why would you even do that? Like how did he do that? I already don't like New Jersey, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like crazy New Jersey. He's crazy New Jersey. So welcome to Live at 5 again.
We're going live.
This is CORNYTHON. We're going to be watching Cory Booker, listen to him talk, see what he's got to say, see how he's feeling, and just discuss.
It's time for the
Got a surprise, guys. Got a surprise.
Oh! You good? You good?
You got it. You got it. We did it. All right. As you can see, yes, I'm going to be looking at the Cory Booker video alongside you. We could watch it together. First time doing this. Hopefully not the last time, but we figured it out. Let's get a yay in the chat. Empty? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Fair enough. It's Friday. But I'm going to put a yay in the chat. We'll just do that. Started off positive. Yay in the chat. Didn't do the affirmations today. That's fine. We'll get into them possibly tomorrow. I mean, it's not a formula show, you know? You don't want to do this the same thing every time. Switch it up. All right. So, gonna get into it. Cory time. 20 minutes in. 20 minutes of introduction. We'll work on it. But again, let's adjust the mic so you guys can hear it. And let's start the show. Let's start the damn Cory Booker show, man. What do you think is happening here?
I don't need.
It's twisted. Somebody did that thing to somebody else. That somebody maybe has. It's crazy.
Okay, it's time for the Cory time. It's time. I'm trying to figure out, man, does this work like that? No, it doesn't work like that. All right, we'll get it.
CORNYTHON. CORNYTHON. CORNYTHON.
The option is to hide the chat. I'm like, you don't gotta hide the chat. Show the chat. That's okay. It's fine. It's also the CORNYTHON. All right. We got it. All right. Show's starting, guys. We got it. Go get what you need. I'm gonna be cooking it, watching Cory, just giving my assessment. That's it. That's what it is tonight. It's a laid back stream, but I'm not getting crazy problematic with scripts, all sorts of metaphors and closings. We just listen to Cory riff. He's riffing, fresh out the mosque. He said he was fresh out the mosque. Been fasting for Mubarak. He said he was ready, born ready. He said, all right, let's start it. I'm ready. I'm good now. Let's make sure we're at 1080p. All systems go. All right.
They're paying rent. They're buying medicine. We had one separate town hall meeting, I say to my colleague, just with federal employees whose goal is to get out in the woods and help prevent fire in Oregon. You are terrified. They've dedicated their lives to trying to help. Now, we serve the American people. And I'm telling you, I've seen service in action over the last few hours with your reflective. And I'm particularly troubled by the fact that we're getting all these reports that many senators are saying, I'm not going to do town hall meetings. They're on the other side of the aisle. As I said, I've had 1,100 of them, 10 of them so far this year. Seems to me that's refusing to answer to constituents.
You still hear me?
And you've been here all night, and you're setting a very clear example about what it means to push back against authoritarianism. So just like I have town hall meetings, my question to my friend from New Jersey is, what are you hearing from home? Pretty straightforward question, but it sure as heck is what the times are all about, because people are saying, what are you doing back there? What's important to you?
Like that.
And I talk about town meetings. I had a town hall, I say to my friend during the speech that was made on the floor of the House. I had 30,000 people participating. That's a lot for my small state. So I know what I'm doing, and I think the American people would like to hear a bit about what my colleague is hearing from his state and why it's so important that he's out here mopping his brow today, trying to stay on his feet, making the case for the urgency of our time. What are you hearing?
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
What it is,
I'm hearing
what it is.
a lot of fear, a lot of anger. I'm hearing this holiday that this outrageous, the threats to our hospitals in New Jersey. I'm hearing heads of critical health services tell me what the Medicaid cuts will mean to their organizations. I'm hearing from Catholic priests that are doing extraordinary things in service of their communities. I'm hearing from citizens who are veterans who got fired from their jobs. I'm hearing from people, as I read letters from people who work in the Social Security agency, and what the chaos that's been created and the lack of the deteriorating service to seniors. I've heard from seniors who are terrified about what's being done to Social Security and how it might affect their lives. I'm hearing demands from our constituents, people demanding, Senator, that we do some outrages they're seeing. And I think that when I hear New Jerseyans by larger and larger numbers, and I'll be back in my state. I know we were planning meetings and a town hall and a lot more this weekend. But I have to say now more than ever, we need more of it. We need more of it. And one of the reasons I'm here is because I want to elevate those voices of my constituents.
Now, like I said before, Cory Booker is a certified Jewish black man. The reason why I keep pointing that out, not that there's nothing wrong with the Jews, but when you got to pick a side. If you're very dedicated to one cause, which is your Jewish community, this Jewish black coalition that he created, and I'm not making this up, this is a real thing. You know, every time that a black person does something and they say like, oh, that white supremacist guy was the first person to hold that record, that they don't talk about in the news. Sometimes, not all the news, some of them do, some of them not mention that guy's name, but he beats this guy's record, right? The people go, oh, but did you notice this is a real thing that happened on the internet and on Reddit and everywhere and what have you. At the end of this speech, he puts on a hostage pen, which I guess we'll get to tomorrow, but he puts on a hostage pen and the people lost their minds. I guess, I mean, again, we're watching this for the first time, but the hype around him putting on this pen let them know that not only does he stand for the Jews, but it just takes out any of the black drive or any black empowerment that he was trying to build, because now it's about the Jews. It's just it happens all the time. And it's incredible how it happens through all these really random things. This is a random thing. I don't know if he planned to do this. I don't know how long he's planned to do this thing. Nobody knew fucking Trump was going to get reelected like that. So he hasn't been planning this for years. This was a spur of the moment. He said, I'm going to fucking go all out and do a 24-hour joint and talk as long as I can and protest of these niggas trying to ruin the country or whatever. But in the midst of that, they managed to flip it and make it about the Jews. And I quote, I love the idea of the Black Jewish Caucus. It's been honestly heartbreaking to see Jews be excluded from progressive circles. If they don't disavow Israel having a right to exist and not being the root of all evil in the world. Two groups that have a long relationship going back to the civil rights movement.
Pigs. Yes, pigs. You saw what they did to us during the rebellion.
Riots. It's our full-on war. You think we can win that?
We're tired of getting our heads kicked in.
Non-violence got us our civil rights and our right to vote.
At what price? Our souls? Our dignity?
And they are much more of natural allies. The Black Americans that want to make America better and Islamic fundamentalists that want to destroy America as we know it and are willing to burn this place down to do it. So they're saying that there are some Black Americans and some Islamic, it's kind of weird that lady put it like that, but she said the Islamic terrorists and the Black people, one in one, and one in one. And they was happy to see that he acknowledges that we are connected. But then again, nothing happened. There's no connectivity between Black people and Jews. You don't step in for anything. You don't stand up for us for anything. You ask for our help, but you don't offer help. You don't offer any help. The smartest Black people stay out of it, but the ones that are involved, I don't think they're picking your side, unfortunately, because you're not oppressed. You may be terrorized, like we all are. A lot of us are. We're terrorized and bothered and annoyed, but you're not oppressed. So we got to go with the people who feel oppressed, and that happens to be Palestine. Now, it's none of our business. But if we had to pick a side, it's most likely going to be the ones of the oppressed and not the oppressor. That's just how it goes. If it was different, maybe we would change our minds, but it's not. That's not the way it is. It's not different. It's one or all. It's good guy, bad guy, and you guys are looking real bad. But Cory picked a side. Cory said,
"You've got to love life to have life, and you've got to have life to love life."
That's fine. That's fine. But again, if you want us to pick a side, we're probably gonna pick this side of the person who's not the oppressor. So if you get in some sort of I don't know, there's a lot of messaging about you guys being the terrible ones. Who do you think we're gonna believe? Sorry. Never been. Looks like a nice place. It's parts of it, not the part that you guys blew up, but the other parts of it look pretty nice. Not the parts that you guys destroyed, but I'm not laughing. I see dead babies every day on my timeline. I'm not laughing at that. I'm saying it's funny that there are still Israeli people. If I see all the dead babies on my timeline, they definitely have to, because they speak the language and they're from the country. So I'm kind of thinking, like, you see those same things and you're like, this is propaganda. They know why those babies died. They know what they did. Moving on. And that's what's up. But that's I've yet to see, not that I'm looking, but any Jewish dead babies. I know there was some hostages, grown adults, but as far as the hostages of any dead little babies, I don't know if they killed any of your any babies yet, but whatever. You know what I mean? And this guy makes it very clear that he has a Jewish black agenda. I mean, look at the damn video. He's jumping around at Purim like a freak. Not that there's anything wrong with Jewish people. Black Jewish people freak me out. I don't know what you guys are about. You definitely mix. Your brain is mixed because you don't consider yourself a black Jew. You consider yourself a white Jew and also African American, which I don't know what that is. I don't know. How can you be white and black at the same time? And if you are standing up for a right, who it is? Are you going to a mosque or a synagogue? You got to figure it out. But he went to an African church as a kid. So this guy's all over the fucking place. What is it? I don't even know what he's up to. I'm gonna be honest with you. Looks like I'm frozen on Instagram. It's unfortunate. It looks like I'm frozen. All right. Well, all good. I'll get back into it. I'm not gonna keep stopping it like that. That's crazy, but I just wanted to make it very clear that he has an agenda. Everyone's aware of his Jewish agenda. People mention it. He has Jewish fans in the chat that say, yo, don't forget this nigga stands for us. He's one of us. Hey, I can't trust somebody like this. That means he stands up for the oppressors. That sucks. Never been. Looks like a nice place, except for the place that y'all blew up.
You know where that came? That came from me. That came from me.
Okay.
It was my doing.
We're going back into it. Back to CORNYTHON 2025.
Oh! You good?
No,
you good?
Back to the CORNYTHON. If you just start joining us, welcome to Live at 5. The only show that starts.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. This is X65. Ooh, that's it.
CORNYTHON.
It's time for the
CORNYTHON. I want to tell the stories that my constituents are writing in about, and lift their voices and tell them that they're seen, they're heard. I've been going through section by section, as you pointed out, Social Security, section on healthcare, section on education and the Department of Education and the work that it does. I've been going point by point through. This is the agenda. I didn't know how much of I can get through, but we laid it out. We have binders for each one of these issues. Immigration, we went through. We have housing, the environment, farmers and food, veterans, the corruption that's been normalized by this president, the rule of law, public safety, all of the ways that we know that there is a crisis in our country, and we as a nation need to be more tuned to it and doing more to meet this crisis, to rise up and defend our country, defend our well-being. And all while things are happening that you know. You're the chairman of the finance committee.
He's leaning a little bit.
And you have these insights. We've talked about them, about what's about to happen in this reconciliation process.
Two waters.
I mean, that's one of the most stunning things. It's almost immediate on this floor. I think we're going to see about the tariffs tomorrow and see how far the president will go. But we do know whatever it is, it's going to affect prices that are going to continue to go up for Americans as inflation has continued to go up for Americans. As the stock markets continue to go down, as people's
So he said people's fours, he'll get it. But no, speaking of tariffs, so as you guys know, with the wristbands, avid gamer, the Nintendo just dropped a direct. A direct, if you don't know what that is, it's when a video game company decides to
Have champagne to fill the Nile. Kalel, no. Max Lawrence, you're putting yourself and everyone else away from me. I need you to give me the hold them both if I have to. Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth.
Got it. Okay, so it's when a company gives you like a presentation of all the new shit they got coming out, and then also price points. They answer questions from the fans, the people who have questions about that. Not necessarily one-on-one. It's pre-recorded, of course, but they get a lump sum of questions that people have about games that are coming out and games that exist, and they do a presentation. Nice little stinger. It's nice. But Nintendo dropped this direct, and all of a sudden, it's a mess. It's a mess. The price of the Switch, or a system that is already dated before it even comes out. Hold on for a second. My love is leaving. I'm gonna say goodbye. I mean, say good luck getting home. 1 second.
We're going live at 5. Ooh, ow, we're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 665. Ooh, that's it.
So, yeah. So all of a sudden, wait. I actually have that. I just did it. I just did that.
Okay. Well.
So yeah. So they dropped these price points for these for the Switch, and it's all over the place. No good. The prices are no good. It's shit. It doesn't work out for anyone. No one understands why the Nintendo Switch, the second one, already dated, would be this price. So after they announced the price, which happens to be around $500 for a already dated system, I can't imagine. Now I'm going to explain why this is happening, by the way.
This is not me. I'm life.
I can't be anti-Cory because he's anti-Trump, who I'm on the fence with. But when it comes to things like this, it's kind of fucked up. Okay, so they were supposed to come out June 5th, the new Switch, right? Everybody's hyped up. Everyone's excited. Everyone can't wait. But then they hit you with the $500
Brooklyn, New
price
York.
mark. Why would it be $500?
White people doing white people things.
Because of the tariffs. The tariffs. I remember Trump said, if anybody wants to do business with us, foreign or domestic,
This is the Asian pork rind.
Yeah, what up? They're gonna get charged to bring their products to America. That's what he said. I wasn't thinking the Switch, but it is. And all games going forward that aren't from this country, the best ones, will cost extra because he's charging them extra to ship. Fuck. So Not only did they put the price point higher than it should be, because again, don't get me started. This is a system that's already dated. I don't know. Its max is going to be 1080p, some 4K. It's not groundbreaking. They during the damn what is it called? This is why Rosie Dawson broke up with him, because he's a fucking freak. That's why. What up to the chat? He is a freak. That's one of the first things that came up. His picture with her, and I was like, "What? You crazy Jew?" He's a crazy Jew. But he's crazy. He's crazy.
He's twisted. Somebody did that thing to somebody else. That somebody maybe has. He's crazy.
So finally, the chat's working from YouTube. That never happens. What up to Bay in the chat? Hey, Bay. Hi. I need to go see you in the chat. Always and forever. All right. Love to see it. So yeah, so $500 for the damn Switch. And again, we're talking about a system that's not going to be doing the stuff that a PS5 or Xbox Series X is doing. It's not going to be putting in that work. It's not putting in that same work. You know what I mean? So why would that happen? Because of the tariffs, right? So after they had to put that price point, everyone starts losing their fucking minds, as they do.
I was like standing on the corner drinking 40s.
So they freak out. So they put a delay on the release date and say, you want to know what? Since we see what's going on with this nigga and all these ups and downs, maybe he'll change his mind. But until then, going forward, it will be $500. But they put a delay on the release date.
White people.
And they are losing their minds. There are people upset. They're upset because they know exactly who's doing it.
Did that make you feel a certain way?
And that's Trump. That's Trump.
We're winning. You see what's going on. So whatever you can do to help financially would be fantastic, because we have to beat it. If it's $5 or $10 or $100, whatever you can do.
So yeah, that's the news on that. The news on that is that because of the tariffs, the Switch is delayed, and it also will cost $500. So I can't sit here and pretend as if Cory's not onto something when he's pissed. Being pissed at Trump is not absurd, but it is cliche. I'll say that. He's not the worst president. He's not. Sorry. I don't believe it. Between Reagan, Nixon, no. The other guy, I'm not a history buff. This is Friday. It's not a history show. We didn't do research for the show. We're just kicking back watching Cory Booker. Guys, it's Cory time. Uh-oh. Hold on. DPN showed up. All right. Guys, Cory time.
In New Jersey, the chaos that they feel about the economy, the consumer confidence in this country has gone way down. If you ask the question, are you better off than you were 71 days ago? Not many Americans would say that they're better off. Their costs are higher, their groceries are higher. They're soon to see everything from car prices to food go higher. Their retirement security is under attack. Their health care is under attack. They're losing their Department of Education. They're less safe from infectious diseases abroad. There's so many things that we have to talk to.
The shit that he cares about is like outrageous.
And try to stop. And you're our leader on the finance committee.
What are you talking about?
And you know that the tax thing they're trying to run through this now. I'm trying to get my head wrapped around these wacky parliamentary things that even the podcasts I listen to in the morning to inform me say they even spoke about this years and years ago, but they said, oh, this is too crazy. We can't do this. To try to tell the
What the fuck podcast do you think that he listens to? I need to know the answers to that question. Could it be Don Lemon? Is it Dom Lemon? Is it Tariq Nasheed? Could he be listening to Dr. Umar? What New Jersey what in a New Jersey could he be listening to? He said podcast. What do you think it's Joe Rogan? He should have dropped it. He should have said, I'll wake up in the morning and I put on my podcast.
CORNYTHON.
He's already starting. He's already starting with me. Don't be so vague, Corey. What's the name of the podcast? Please let me know. Let the world know. Is it the Obama podcast with Bruce Springsteen?
It's a word that some gay man made up.
All right, whatever. Look, he's already getting me heated up. I just want to know what podcast this is to. Is he going to mention? He's not going to mention. He's a coward. Coward. Like most Israeli. I didn't. Oh my God. No, I can't even do this. I can't even do that because they're going to strike the video. Nope. You guys got too much power. Forget what I'm saying. The Jews are okay. Jews are okay. Don't worry about it. No. Don't strike my video. Don't strike my video. Don't Kanye me. Don't Kanye me. Don't Kanye me. Okay. Don't Kanye me.
The American people somehow that the trillion cuts that we're going to give disproportionately to the wealthiest people all not this has a zero impact. We can do reconciliation. That is this hope. Our children and our children's children have a more dangerous economy and higher debt payments to make, debt payments that will skyrocket higher than any expense the government makes. We are literally about to see something go through reconciliation that threatens to sacrifice our children's future so that the richest of the rich can get richer. And so I know there's a lot of people who are angry, who are worried, who are feeling overwhelmed, who are struggling to make ends meet, but I know of only one way to do this, and I'm trying to do it myself, is to do things differently, to stand up, to speak up, to not act like this is just normal in our country. There's not a president from Eisenhower to Reagan to Bush on the Republican side that could ever imagine a day where in a UN vote,
he's no Reagan,
we side with Russia and China against the Western democracies that we saved in World War II, that we stormed beaches of Normandy for, that we did the Berlin airlift for.
He's crying already.
That we did the Marshall Plan for. We designed the world order, and now we're turning our back on it. We designed the rules-based world order, and we're turning our back on those organizations. From trashing NATO to getting out of the World Health Organization to getting out of the group of countries coming together to deal with climate change. We're not leading the planet Earth anymore. Our allies are saying openly
about space.
They can't trust us.
You talk about space?
The quotes are unbelievable by our allies.
Hit me with the ally. Hit me with that shit.
Generations of Americans all know one thing: Russia is our adversary. This principle was reinforced after Russia's brutal and unprovoked invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022. The American public knows a lot about Putin and his cronies and what they've done to the brave people of Ukraine. Russia has abducted over 19,000 children, taking them from their families and homeland. Russia has targeted civilians, bombing hospitals and schools, including a strike on a children's hospital during the supposed ceasefire negotiations just a few weeks ago. Russian forces have raped and assaulted Ukrainian civilians, and Russia has tortured prisoners of war. One would think, given all the horrors inflicted by Russia, that the United States would continue.
This motherfucker started a speech, and he don't get me started because he always what he likes to do is he says when he does these things, he goes, "I'm the first black person." If you look at his Wikipedia, it says he's the first black senator to do a lot of things. Explain this to me. When Trump did his inauguration, the first thing out of his mouth was, "To my brown and black brothers and sisters."
The African American woman is the backbone of the black family, really of the whole American family. I mean, who wasn't raised by a black woman? I know I was. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a phone call.
He's out of his fucking mind. He starts the fucking conversation about Ukraine. Ukraine's done, dude. We're not doing Ukraine right now. That was 4 years ago. That was 3 Oscars ago. White people. He's a Jew. Nothing against the Jews, but he doesn't identify as an African American black man, no matter how many times he tried to convince me anymore, because I watched his documentary.
Go back to my home country. You can get reconnected with your roots. And
it's already getting
go back.
There better not be any Spanish there, okay? Especially coming from your unemployed ass mouth.
I just don't understand why he was started with Ukraine. That's a throwback. That's all I'm gonna say. He did a throwback. Unnecessary. You start out the gate. Hey, the only reason why I'm doing this because the black African American people are not being heard. Nigga.
I don't need
your help. All right, back to it. Motherfucker. Already pissing me off.
To treat Russia as the adversary and the pariah that other Western, what Trump has done. Is opposite. On the 3rd anniversary of Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, the Trump administration joined Russia and North Korea in voting against a UN resolution condemning the invasion that has killed over 12,000 Ukrainian civilians and injured 30,000. Imagine that.
You're still doing this.
I had the foreign minister of a great ally in NATO in my office looking at me and saying, basically, what the heck?
Who's W? He said heck.
My friend Chris Murphy on the floor, we sit close to each other. He's further up the dais than me.
He said heck.
In foreign relations, and this stuff is insanity. Here's NBC News. President Donald Trump has said Ukraine, not Russia, started the war. He called Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, not Vladimir Putin. He called Zelensky a dictator. Meanwhile, Trump's administration is standing down on a suite of tough anti-Kremlin policies.
No.
In just over a month, Trump...
No. First of all, if he wants to really get crazy like this, Trump has insulted some African American people as well since he's been in office. Like the fact that he did the whole joint with the African American soldiers, and he took up the Black Lives Matter thing, and he got rid of all the memorials for the African American soldiers and shit. He did some violations to American black people first, but he skips America. He skips America for us so we could feel bad for Ukraine and their president. I just met that nigga. I don't care about him. We don't care about the president of Ukraine.
It's time for CORNYTHON.
Hot out the gate, this nigga did this. You see what I'm saying? I knew it was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna do this. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew he wrote this down. The first thing out of his mouth is gonna be, first I want to apologize to Ukraine. Nigga, you love Ukraine so much. Why don't you fucking marry them? Just go over there. Oh my God.
We're winning. You see what's going on. So whatever you can do to help financially would be fantastic, because we have to beat it. If it's $5 or $10 or $100, whatever you can do.
So my main man's out here. He got his
laid on the couch. I heard pop, 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 pop. That's what I heard.
He goes, first, I would like to apologize for what we did to Ukraine. He starts vocal frying. Who vocal fries from Newark? All right, back to it. He's already breaking me. I'm breaking already.
Trump has executed a startling realignment of American foreign policy, effectively throwing U.S. support behind Moscow and rejecting the tight alliance with Kiev, cultivated by former President Joe Biden. The extraordinary pivot has upended decades of hawkish foreign policy towards Russia that provided a rare area of bipartisan consensus in an increasingly divided nation. Trump's recent moves have drawn international attention, unsettling U.S. alliances, and thrilling conservative populists who favor a turn away from Zelensky. The new posture was put in stark relief on Friday during a tense Oval Office meeting. We all remember this. Between Trump and Zelensky, the leaders clashed in front of the press, raising questions about the future of American support for Kyiv.
I got it.
Alliances and partners around the world are our biggest strength against any U.S. adversary or competitor, from China to Russia to Iran to North Korea. We are the strongest nation on the planet Earth, but our strength is multiplied and magnified when we stand in alliance with those nations that share our values and are bonded to us and are committed to us. In fact, the only time Article 5 in the United Nations, that article that says that if one person in NATO is attacked, everyone is attacked, and they all join together, that one time it happened was 9/11, when our NATO allies stood up with America. And so look at NATO. It's been the bedrock of the international order for 80 years. It was created in 1949 by 12 countries, including the United States, to provide collective security.
Did this nigga just mention 9/11? This nigga just mentioned 9/11? He compared 9/11 to what's going.
Oh! You good? You good?
He just mentioned 9/11 and said 9/11 was like whatever the hell's going on over there. He sounds like a terrorist. And what country in the world would mention another country's first? I'm saying this country, a country's senator would mention another country's first, their natural disaster, and then compare them to another country. One of the worst things that happened to this country. Who would do that? A terrorist. This dude, I don't trust him. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't trust him. What's the plan? No. All right, let's see what we got. Jeez.
And in many ways, it provides collective security against the Soviet Union.
Hold on. What happened? How did we lose sound? Oh, what happened? Let's see. We'll figure it out. Sound. Uh-oh. It just dropped out? No. All right. I don't know. I'm going to have to refresh. I don't know if it's working. I can't hear him. Oh, no. That's unfortunate.
And 20 more countries have joined NATO through 10 rounds of enlargement. Total number of NATO countries to 32. The most recent.
Oh, no. All right. I don't know if the site.
They're paying rent,
or
they're buying medicine.
Yeah, we look like we
had
well,
one separate town hall meeting. I
so
say to my
our
colleagues, just
anyway.
as
I'll
federal
be right
employees
back.
whose goal is to get out in the
for some
woods
reason.
and help prevent fire in Oregon.